Imagine this. You're looking at the justice system in, say, Harris County, Texas, and it's just, well, it's overwhelmed. We're talking nearly 100,000 cases just sitting there.
Yeah, and it's hard to grasp the scale, right? Like, even if they stopped all new felony charges tomorrow,
Uh-huh.
it would still take those judges 19 months just to clear the existing backlog.
19 hours, that's not just slow. That feels like a system in crisis.
It really is.
Mm.
And, this isn't just a Houston thing. It's a story we see playing out across the country, unfortunately.
So many lives just on hold.
Exactly, hanging in the balance because the system fundamentally can't keep up.
Which, brings us to this really interesting, maybe even provocative question. Could artificial intelligence, AI, could it be the key? Not just for efficiency, but maybe impartiality too. We're doing a deep dive today into this idea of AI stepping in, maybe, as a kind of 12th juror.
And the material we're drawing from makes a, frankly, compelling case for AI as a potential solution here. It definitely challenges how we usually think about juries and justice.
So, our goal today, for you listening, is to really unpack the challenges the courts are facing, understand this AI proposal, look at its strengths.
And the objections, too, of course. We need to address those.
Absolutely. And then think about what this could all mean for the future of justice. So let's get into it.
Okay.
When you really look at the numbers, the scale of this problem it's just staggering. Harris County, Houston, right. Over 94,000 criminal cases pending.
And a huge chunk of those, 53,000, are felonies.
53,000? And they have 22 felony judges.
Right. Each juggling, on average, almost 2,400 cases. They just opened a new felony court, the first in 37 years.
Wow.
But it's like trying to bail out a sinking ship with a teaspoon. They're drowning.
And you said this isn't isolated. What about elsewhere?
Oh, definitely not. Look at immigration courts. Over 474,000 cases pending nationally, with only about 260 judges.
Goodness, what does that mean for wait times?
You're looking at 2, 3, sometimes even 5 years for asylum seekers just to get a hearing. And New York, nearly 120,000 cases pending there, too.
It really drives home that phrase, justice delayed is justice denied. It's not abstract.
Not at all. There's a real human cost. People lose jobs, housing, waiting for trial. Victims face uncertainty, even intimidation sometimes. It's awful.
So the argument in our source material isn't just, we need more judges, though that might help. It's deeper.
Right. It frames it as a fundamental crisis of information processing. The system itself, the way it's structured, just can't process and connect all the information quickly enough.
Okay, so if it's an information processing problem, that's where AI potentially comes in.
Exactly. This leads to AI's unique advantage. The material uses this great illustration called the ice cream shop scenario.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it out for us.
Yeah. So imagine a hearing. You got 3 witnesses. Person A says they went to the shop with person B. Machine was broken, but they still ordered 2 scoops of chocolate.
Wait, broken machine, but they ordered... Okay.
Then person B, the shop owner, testifies. They say they called repair, but for a different shop. They insist no ice cream was available at this shop. But they also say they were with person A when A ordered.
Uh-oh.
And it gets better. When asked where the ice cream is served, person B points to a broom closet.
A broom closet. Okay, this is getting confusing.
And then there's person C who apparently either took or maybe shared this non-existent ice cream from the broken machine. It's just a mess of contradictions.
It's totally contradictory. So how does AI handle this versus, say, a human jury?
Well, that's the key insight. An AI system looking purely at the logic would immediately flag these impossibilities. Broken machine makes ice cream. Owner doesn't know the layout. Timelines that just don't add up.
It sees the logical cracks.
Exactly. Whereas humans, we might get caught up in who seems more believable or maybe feel sympathy for someone, and we could potentially miss these really critical inconsistencies.
So the AI focuses purely on the logical structure, the patterns.
That's its core strength, right? Pattern recognition without the emotional bias that can sometimes cloud human judgment when just assessing factual consistency. It cuts through the noise.
That makes sense. It's like having a super logical analyst in the room.
Precisely. And this leads into, 4 specific ways the source suggests AI could really elevate the justice process.
Okay, let's break those down. What's the first one?
Logical consistency analysis. And this builds on something AI is already doing pretty well in the legal field. Legal discovery.
Right, that's the process of sifting through emails, documents, all that stuff before a trial.
Exactly. AI is already way faster and often more accurate than humans at pulling out relevant information from huge data sets. There's Deloitte research showing machine learning can cut legal review time by up to 40%.
40% is significant. So how would an AI 12th juror apply this?
It would take that capability further. It could cross-reference all the testimony, looking for internal contradictions, track timelines across different accounts, spot those logical impossibilities we saw in the ice cream example, even flag weird statistical patterns in the evidence.
It's like having an instant fact checker for consistency.
A very powerful one, yes, which ties into the second advantage, bias-free information processing.
Ah, okay. This is a big one. We know human jurors, even with the best intentions, can have unconscious biases. Race, gender, appearance.
Socioeconomic status, you name it. And research backs this up. You see huge differences in asylum case outcomes, just based on which judge hears the case, or if the person have a lawyer. It's troubling.
So the idea is AI doesn't have those prejudices.
Well, it processes the information based on the data itself, on the logical connections. It doesn't bring those human social biases into the analysis of factual consistency. That's a potentially huge benefit for fairness.
Okay, logical consistency, bias-free processing. What's number 3?
Sheer processing power, unlimited processing capacity.
Right. We touched on this with discovery. AI can just handle enormous amounts of data.
Think about it. Thousands of documents, emails, digital footprints. AI can analyze all that simultaneously, finding connections or patterns that might take a human team days, maybe weeks, to uncover.
Which is critical in complex cases. Financial fraud, for instance.
Absolutely invaluable. And that human bottleneck in processing complex information that directly contributes to those backlogs we started with.
Makes sense. And the 4th way AI could elevate justice.
Consistent standards. Think about it. We're all human. We get tired, hungry, maybe just distracted.
The hangry juror phenomenon.
Exactly, or just having an off day. That variability is human, but in a legal setting, it can introduce randomness or error.
So AI avoids that.
It applies the same analytical standards consistently every time throughout the process. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't have mood swings. It bypasses that potential for human error stemming from fatigue or just lack of engagement.
Wow.
Steady, consistent analysis.
Okay, those are 4 strong arguments, but you know there are going to be objections. Big ones.
Absolutely. And the material tackles them head on. The most common one you hear is
AI lacks human empathy and judgment. You can't code wisdom or compassion.
And the response to that is crucial. The proposal isn't for AI to replace human judgment. It's to augment it.
Augment, not replace.
Exactly. You still have the 11 human jurors bringing the empathy, the life experience, the moral reasoning. The AI contributes its specific strength, that logical, unbiased analysis.
So it's like adding a really methodical detective to the jury room.
That's a great analogy. A detective focused purely on the facts and logic, complementing the human wisdom already there. It's about collaboration.
Okay, but what about when AI gets it wrong? AI makes mistakes. We see headlines about that.
That's a perfectly valid concern. And yes, AI can make mistakes, but so can humans. Juries make mistakes. Judges make mistakes. So acknowledging that both systems are imperfect, the key is designing it carefully. Using human-in-the-loop systems is vital.
Meaning humans are always involved in the final decision.
Always. The AI's analysis is presented as input, as one voice among the 12. It's information for the human jurors to consider, debate, scrutinize, and ultimately accept or reject. It's a tool, not the decision maker.
Got it. Then there's the feeling. Wouldn't this just make trials feel less human? Cold? Robotic?
Yeah, that's a natural reaction. But again, look at legal discovery. Courts already use AI there with judges overseeing it, and it hasn't fundamentally dehumanized that process.
It's seen as a tool to manage information overload.
Precisely. The goal isn't to make trials robotic. It's to ensure that the human element, the wisdom, the deliberation, is supported by the best possible, most logically sound analysis of the facts. Complementary strengths.
Okay, so if we were to move forward, how would this actually look? It sounds like a huge shift.
The proposal suggests a gradual, phased approach. Sensible, really. Phase 1 could be voluntary opt-in programs.
So defendants could choose to have AI analysis included.
Yes. Maybe initially limited to certain types of cases, complex financial crimes, perhaps, where masses of data are involved. And crucially, with total transparency about what the AI is doing and how its analysis is being used.
That seems like a careful first step. What's next?
Phase 2 could expand on what's already working. Discovery and evidence analysis. We know AI is fast and effective at legal discovery, finding relevant documents in days instead of months.
Right.
So you build on that, expand those AI tools to perform broader consistency checks across all the evidence presented, providing real-time assessments of logical coherence for the legal teams and maybe the judge.
Leveraging the proven tech for a bigger task. And phase 3,
That's the most significant step, advisory integration.
this is where the AI actually talks to the jury, metaphorically.
In a sense, the AI would provide advisory input to the human jury, flagging potential inconsistencies, highlighting patterns they might have missed, pointing out logical gaps, basically presenting its analysis for their consideration.
But the humans still deliberate and decide.
Absolutely. The final decision-making power remains entirely with the human jurors. The AI provides structured, logical insights to inform their deliberation, not to dictate the outcome.
It's an aid, a sophisticated one, but still an aid.
Exactly. It respects the human role while trying to mitigate the system's overload.
Let's circle back to the reality on the ground. You mentioned Harris County earlier. What's the situation now?
Well, as of mid-2024, that backlog was still enormous, still hovering around 100,000 cases. The pandemic definitely made things worse, poured fuel on the fire.
Uh-huh.
But the underlying problem, the system being overwhelmed, was there long before COVID. And people are still stuck in that limbo. Jobs lost, housing gone, victims waiting. It's a denial of justice.
And the core argument remains, it's not just needing more people, it's needing better processing.
That's the crux of it. And, legal experts worldwide are increasingly recognizing AI's role, not just for complex trials, but potentially for helping resolve less complex disputes, managing caseloads.
We're already seeing AI used in legal research, right? And case management tools.
Definitely. Predictive analytics, document automation. It's already filtering into the profession. So the question isn't really if AI will change the justice system. It's already starting to.
The real question is how we manage that change.
Precisely. Will we implement it thoughtfully, strategically, to genuinely serve the ends of justice, fairness, accuracy, timeliness, or will we just chase efficiency as an end in itself?
Because efficiency without justice isn't really justice at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, our system has an information processing problem that sheer human effort alone seems unable to solve. AI offers capabilities in discovery and pattern recognition and logical analysis that are proven and scalable.
So the choice isn't really between flawed human judgment and perfect AI.
No, not really. It's more between the current reality, a crisis of delay and overload, and exploring a hybrid approach.
Yeah.
One that tries to blend the best of human wisdom and empathy with the precision and capacity of technology.
So wrapping this up, what's the takeaway for you listening? This idea of an AI 12th juror. It's presented as a pathway, a way to potentially bring back efficiency and accuracy.
Yeah, by adding that layer of objective, logical analysis to support, not replace, the essential human elements of wisdom and empathy in the jury room.
It's about giving the human decision makers the clearest and most consistent view of the facts possible.
And thinking beyond the courtroom. If this kind of human-AI collaboration could work there, where else might it help?
That's a great final thought.
Think about other complex areas in society drowning in information, where decisions feel inconsistent or slow. Could combining human insight, the heart, with AI's analytical power, the logic, help us tackle other big problems?
What other challenges could this kind of partnership help us solve?
It's definitely something to mull over.
A fascinating intersection of technology and humanity. We hope this deep dive gave you plenty to think about.